Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcut to Your Soul. We're getting very close to that Christmassy time of year. That's really about, celebrating the divinity within ourselves. It's not about adulating a particular person. It's about realizing that which is in that one person is in all of us. It's not something we have to look for. Today I have with me the energy of my guardian angel John, who wants to talk about the hidden power of your emotions and how your emotions are designed to actually help you with new situations. And he first introduced this idea to me a few years back, that the function, whenever you go to approach something new, you're going to get a reserve of energy to help you accomplish the task at hand. But more often than not, people misperceive what the energy or emotion is coming up in their consciousness for the event that they're about to partake in. Hi, guys. Good morning. Hi, Bridget. Good morning. Hi. So yeah, anytime you're going to do something new, several things are going to happen. One of the first things going to happen is suddenly emotional energy is going to become available to you. If you're going to try anything new for the first time, there's suddenly going to be a rush of emotional energy available for you. Now, a lot of people experience that rush of energy as fear, as something's not right, something's wrong. And that's only because you're perceiving the energy from the perspective of your physical body, which is an instrument that's based in the animal consciousness. Your body's based in the mechanisms of fight and flight, pleasure and pain. So when you go to do something new for the first time, or you want to go give a speech, or you want to go for a job application, or you want to go out and do something you've never done, jump out of an airplane, whatever it is you want to do, firewalking, and you choose to do that, you're going to get a rush of energy. That's the energy you need to accomplish the task. He says more often than not, what happens is people feel that rush of energy, and the body interprets that rush of energy as something to be observed and minded, because that function of energy from the body's perspective is perceived as something that's a threat to the body. The body is designed to instinctually react and respond to stimuli, events and circumstances that it's not familiar with. So the body, from its perspective, anything unfamiliar from its inherited experiences of life and death in many lifetimes, often interprets new events as potential threats to its existence. So even if you want to go do public speaking, or you want to write a book, or you want to do something new, you're going to get the energy that you need to do those tasks. And the body will interpret that energy on the level that it is at. And more often than not, the body perceives new energy as a potential threat, new events and circumstances as a potential threat to its survival. Keep that in mind whenever you want to go and achieve or do something different in your life, because you're going to receive a rush of energy that's going to empower you to take action on that. And the only thing that will stand in your way is if you allow the instincts of the body, the fight or flight, pleasure or pain mechanism, to determine whether you will proceed or not. More often than not, people go to do something new and the energy comes in and suddenly they're feeling, I'm feeling afraid. What you're feeling is the energy you need to accomplish the task. But the body, however, is not perceiving it as energy to accomplish the task. The body is perceiving this strange and different energy as something unfamiliar to it. So the body goes into fight or flight mode. So it's going to perceive the energy you're receiving from its level, which is something's not right, something could be dangerous, something could go wrong. That's the level your body's going to perceive new and different energy on. So keep that in mind if you're going to articulate something new in your life. You're going to do something new that you've never done before. that there's two levels on which you're going to receive energy. On the level of energy that to do the task that will give you the fuel to carry it through, and then the body's perception of that energy, which more often than not, the body perceives as a potential threat to its existence. That's why so many people are terrified of such things as public speaking, because the body, from its perspective, is being put in front of a whole bunch of other potential living beings that it could be prey or food for. That's the level the body perceives from its level in terms of what it does and what it experiences. And I hope you understand this, because this will save you so much time when you realize what your body perceives as fear when you're trying to do something new is actually the awareness of the energy you're receiving to assist you in accomplishing the task. This is so important. I also want to say that there is lots and lots of excitement going to be coming into the planet in the next 5 or 6 days. So grounding, hydration, especially during the Christmas season. Proper hydration. Make certain you're drinking lots of good, clean water. Make sure you're going out and getting your hands and feet in touch with the earth. If you're living in like a winter area where you can't put your bare feet or hands out on a tree or your feet on the ground, then get leather-soled shoes. Leather-soled shoes will let the energy from the earth conduct through your body. Also, you can, if you have a basement where you live, you can go down into the basement and find copper pipes that leave the building or house into the ground, and you can hold the copper pipes because they conduct electrical current. So they'll conduct the current from the earth and from your body back and forth. That's another alternate way. So hydration, grounding, really important. If you can, eat more living foods than you normally would, like eat more fresh live foods, apples, oranges, tangerines, papayas, things that are really filled with life and energy. Drink lemon water. Remember to add a pinch of salt to your drinking water. That's a really good thing. Salt and water make really good electrical conductors. These are things you want to consider as these new energies are coming in. Now back to what John was saying a little earlier, you must understand that there are a lot of changes coming into your world right now. And that these changes will be perceived on the level of your body in a very different way than you yourself will perceive. You'll be looking at a new task and you will say, I can do that task, but what is this feeling of I'm afraid to do it? That is not your fear. That is the body's perception that it may be at risk or danger going into a new or different situation or circumstance. The way to resolve this is to understand that when you go into a new task, that surge of energy that your body is telling you is fear is the energy that you need to do the task. And the moment you begin to do the task, you'll switch the energy from the body's perception into the function of the energy that's designed to support you in carrying out the new function. Remember, once you enact the energy, it shifts from the body's perception to the function of your creation. That is, the energy will no longer be in the function or fight or flight. It will now be repurposed into the function of the purpose of carrying out the action. That is, you'll have the energy, and you're always given the energy to do what you need to do. No matter what it is, you're always given the energy to do what you need to do. But because you have these different layers of consciousness, you have a physical, biological consciousness, which is animal in nature, based in the mechanisms of survival, fight and flight, pleasure and pain. And from the perspective of the body, that is how it perceives the world. But you are not your body, you have a body. And if the body gets caught in its paradigm of survival when you're attempting to perform new and different tasks, then you must go into the new and different task, and you will shift the movement of energy from the physical body's perspective to your consciousness, so that your attention and your awareness then draw that energy into the function of carrying out the task. There is also the element that your body may be unfamiliar with the task, and so it needs to learn the task. Now, the alertness of the body when you go into a new task, that alertness is very beneficial, as it will allow the eyes, the ears, and the senses to be very mindful about how the task is carried out in a safe and effective manner. So in one sense, your body is seeking to protect and preserve itself and you from danger, because that's how it works. Your body's designed to protect you and preserve you until you evolve yourself sufficiently enough that you no longer have to depend upon the instinctual impulses of your physical organism. There are so many wonderful manifestations that never got to come to life because so many individuals misunderstood this function of emotional energy that is offered to you when you go to perform a new task. Most of you tend to perceive your instinctual responses as the only relevant response to dealing with a new situation or circumstance, and that is not completely true. Your body is an instrument that you are designed to be able to harness and use for the function of creation, to apply it to any task that you would so desire to carry out. But if you find yourself lost in the interpretive mechanisms of the body itself, then your responses and reactions to the environment will be based in fight and flight, will be based in the instinctual model of the physical body, which is where most of humanity is primarily stuck right now, believing that the physical body is the sole locus of your identity. This keeps you trapped into basically animalistic responses and perceptions. That is, you perceive only from the perspective of the body, so that even a loud sound can cause you to go into unnecessary fear. Or someone speaks to you in a certain tone, it can cause your body to, again, default to its survival or instinctual responses. If you understand how to differentiate yourself from the impulses and compulsions of the survival mechanisms of your body, you can begin to liberate yourself from its subjectivity while being able to learn to utilize the emotional energy that becomes available to you when you are carrying out a new task. So that the body is no longer determining whether you can or cannot do something, which again is more frequently the case than not, as you can tell by your conflicts that are going on in the world with you all right now. This is all fight and flight, where ideas, beliefs, ideologies stimulate the function of survival, and you live through your bodies as if it is the mechanism that should determine how you should evaluate everything. Would you turn to a dog and ask it to tell you how to build a house? Of course you would not. Because the dog is a dog. Its functions of consciousness are restricted and limited to that organism's biology. It does not have the faculty or capacity of reason that a human individual does. You are transcendent to the dictates of your physical organism when you begin to realize that your body is not the sole locus of your identity. In other words, your body is not the primary reference point for who you are. It is the instrument through which you express who you become. When you learn to make the distinction between your physical body, your mind, and your awareness, your soul, you can then begin to orchestrate your life very differently than from the dictates of your instinctual nature, that is, the compulsions and survival apparatus of your body. Again, any new task that you do, you will be given the available energy to carry out that new task. And so you get very excited, and many of you do this all the time. You get very excited about doing something new for the first time. And then you go to do it, and suddenly there's all this, what you call fear coming up. That is the body's reaction and response to something that it is unfamiliar with. And it is going into survival mode. And you have to recognize this and say to the body, no, this is not fear. This is not to be feared. This is the energy to accomplish the task at hand. And the moment you begin the process of carrying your body into the activity of the task, then the function of energy will switch from instinct and survival to creation and manifestation. But so long as your body is allowed to govern that emotional surge of energy that you get to accomplish the task, the body will use it in its default settings of survival, fight, flight. Once you are able to make the distinction between the body's interpretive reactions to your desired creative processes, you will begin to free yourself from subjectivity to your physical body and begin a process of deliberate, conscious, and intentional creation without being encumbered by the physical impulses of the body and its instinctual nature. Rather than you'll be able to harness the energies of instinct into the function of creation, which is what you as a soul are designed to learn to do, to harness the energy you call emotion to perform acts of creation in this dimension of time and space. You did not come to exclusively live from the body perspective, as the body is the instrument through which you enact creation in this physical dimension. Your body is the vehicle through which you can enact creation. But it is not who you are. It is the instrument for expressing the mechanisms of your soul. The creative endeavors that you have come to your heart, the desire to write a book or create a song or build a building or have a family or write a poem or create a new science. These are functions of your soul, not functions of your biology, although biology, the body, is necessary to facilitate the action of creating manifestations in this dimension of time and space. And that is the truth. You must learn to understand the distinction between your biology, your thinking mind, and your awareness, or what we commonly term as the soul. For those of you that remain subjugated to the body and its impulses, your life is fearful and difficult and unnecessarily challenging because you have not learned to utilize your energy. Rather, you allow your body to react and respond to the environment as if that is the only mechanism you have for perceiving and interacting with reality through. Your body is your instrument to manifest acts of creation into a physical dimension. Learning to make this distinction will liberate you in tremendous ways, individually and collectively. For when the creative power of any individual is liberated in the purpose of its soul, great wonders and manifestations unfold, as you've seen in your recent history. These functions of your sciences, understanding and probing the deeper causes to effects that they observe, leading them forward towards the eventual discovery of what you call God or your divinity. Science will lead you to realms of experience and knowledge and wisdom that are currently not available, but only because the individuals transcend and rise above subjectivity to the impulses of their biological system, that is, their body. They do not let the fears or the uncertainties of the body stop them from such things as exploring and probing and seeking. They harness the body to explore deeper and deeper into the hidden but not hidden mysteries of life and creation. You are a remarkable manifestation of creation, each and every living soul. Unfortunately, a vast number of you do not realize this, staying relegated to the belief that you are simply just a physical organism, that you are somehow unable to initiate functions of change and transformation in life, but only because you believe in the limits of the biology, which is, again, about survival and fight and flight and pain and pleasure. Or you are limited to the concepts, the ideas, the beliefs that have been imparted to you from the environment. That too can also impair and inhibit your spiritual or soul function of creation. You came here to learn how to utilize thought and matter and emotion in the practical applications of creation in a physical dimension. Your world is about to go through profound and remarkable changes as a result of those who have risen above subjectivity to the lower base impulses of the body, those that have chosen to explore and elevate the mysteries of life. You will begin to see dimensional gateways and doors opened up on this planet. Some have already been opened, and some are already being explored. You already have technologies that will allow you to travel among the stars. You already have it. It already exists. You have ways of doing things that very few individuals know. For if everybody knew, it would be quite a different story. It would be very difficult, as the vast majority of you, again, functioning from survival, would have a very difficult time accepting something that is beyond the scope of what you believe to be possible or real. That which the body does not understand, it will perceive as a potential threat. And you can find yourself creating great innovations and then experiencing the fear and uncertainty of others as you present it to them. And it is not because there's something wrong with your creation. The vast majority of the human consciousness family is based in the body as the sole locus of their identity. And so a large number of your people here operate primarily from the body, as if that is the locus of your identity. Your body is not who you are, but it is the instrument that was gifted to you to utilize in articulating your function of creation. And so I will reiterate one more time that whenever you propose to take on a new task, a new project, or engage in a particular experience, that you will receive a surge of energy. Anytime you consider a new idea, a new possibility, or a new action, without fail, you will receive a surge of energy. It's what makes you so excited when you consider a new thing. But then the body perceives that energy and will default to instinct and survival, which is why when you actually go to approach the new activity, many of you just simply stop and turn away. Not because you really want to, but because you are bound to the restrictions of believing that the body and its perception of reality, time and space is the only one to adhere to. Again, your body is not the sole locus of your identity, but the instrument through which you are here to learn to express creation. Your body is instinctual, not much different than another animal on this planet. You are in the body, you can direct the body. But do not let the body direct you. Do not let its instinctual nature control and manipulate you and hold you back from the function of creation for which you were designed to exist as a creator. You must learn to make the distinction between the survival apparatus of the body and the creative apparatus of your own consciousness. That each of them will receive energy at the level on which they operate and respond accordingly. So when you find the resistance of the body to approaching a new task or a new endeavor, do not let the energy that you've received to carry the task be picked up by the body and allow the body's fears and uncertainties and its survival nature to prevent you. You must take the body into the task, into the action. Once you begin to shift the body into the doing of the action or task that you have received as an inspiration to yourself, and the moment you take the body into that action and you sustain it, then the function of the creation that came to you as inspiration will not have resistance, for you'll be moving the body as an act of your will into your process of creation, rather than allowing yourself to simply default to the body's fears and uncertainty about that which it does not understand from the level upon which it perceives this reality of time, space, and matter. Your body has had 4 billion years of stored memory and experience in this physical dimension. It believes from its historical experiences that anything new or different outside of what it is familiar with could be a potential threat to its existence. And every living organism on this physical dimension has this function of consciousness built into the fabric of the flesh. But it is a consciousness that you as a sentient being or soul are able to transcend and elevate the energy of the body from survival to the function of creation, so that you can learn to perform any task that you would choose to put your mind on without hesitation. You have that authority, you have that power, you have that divinity, and it is yours. Wow, thank you, John. There we go. What a wonderful present that is, eh? I hope you take that the way he intended it, because there is a difference between your body, and there is a difference between who you are, and there's a difference between your mind and the content of your mind. So important to know this, especially if we're getting up to the holiday season. So for those of you that are here, I want you to know I will be going live on Shortcuts for Your Soul on Wednesday. It will be short, but it will be a short message from Master Jesus on the establishing of peace. That's what Wednesday will be. So please join me on Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll deliver that message from Master Jesus on Wednesday about the restoration and establishing of peace. And we'll do a few questions and answers today, and then we're going to get back to other things that are going high. Message to why I'm experiencing aches, pains in my body, and what to do to feel better. Thank you. Well, first of all, grounding is very important. A lot of people are electrically imbalanced. Look, we got technology all around us, lights and cameras and electromagnetic fields all around you. That, from a biological perspective, your body wasn't designed to be exposed to historically. It's only been the last few hundred years in this civilization, because there have been much more highly evolved civilizations previous to this one in our very distant history. So all this electrical interference can upset the function of your biology. So I highly encourage you, again, go out and ground. Drink lots of water. Put some salt in your water, not table salt, Celtic sea salt, good sea salt in your water. You want to keep your body properly balanced electrically. Get grounded. Take salt baths. There's things that you can do to get the body electrically rebalanced, but the best one is getting your body in direct contact with the earth. Again, if you're in a northern climate where there's lots of snow, or a southern climate where there's lots of snow, then you want to wear like leather-soled shoes or moccasins that you can go out and connect to the earth, because leather will allow electrical current to move through it. That being said, you can also put your hands on trees. Even if it's cold, you can put your bare hands on a tree. That will help ground you. At least 15 to 20 minutes a day, you should be grounding against a tree or on the earth directly. 15 to 20 minutes. And you'll find out when you go out and you do that, a lot of those aches and pains will start to leave in a couple of days. Grounding is really, really important. Hydration is really, really important. The vast majority of people are dehydrated and don't even know it. And your body's going to go through a lot of changes. The more you start purging and cleaning the body, your body's going to start releasing toxins. You'll start to get aches and pains. There's also the massive flow of energy coming in from the sun right now. Like the sun is, think about this. The sun is continually transmitting energy to this earth, constantly, non-stop. We have cycles of night and day where we get a kind of a respite from the bombardment. But these energies are beautiful and good. Spend time connecting to the energy of the sun. You've been taught to believe that the sun is bad for you. I don't know who the hell thought of such a silly idea, but it's completely ridiculous. The sun is the giver of life to this planet, and proper exposure to it in a healthy moderation is highly beneficial to you in a natural way without slathering gobbledygook all over your body. And if you got sensitivities to the sun, well, there's reasons for that too. There's lots of things that medical science has done to damage and harm people as equally as modern food and clothing production is done, right? Lots of industries that are detrimental to our physical health. So you want to reduce the things from your life that your body's being exposed to that are detrimental to it. Toxic chemicals, bad foods, toxic water, toxic air, Although the air is beautiful on this planet, I got to say this planet's air is just absolutely incredible. I love it. But go out in the sun, get the sun, take it in. It wants you to receive its life. It wants you to receive its life. Think about that. It's giving constantly. Be open to receiving it. I'll tell you, when you fall in love with the sun, I mean, not just I love this way the sun feels, but when you fall in love with the essence of life that the sun provides for you, it will have a very different effect on your body. But yeah, for those aches and pains, get out and go grounding. Make sure you're properly hydrated. Get electrically detoxed. Find a place where you can go out and get your feet on the ground, because you need to electrically recalibrate your body to the earth, because your body is a microcosm of the earth. Your body came from the earth. The physical structure of your body originated from the physical earth. What was once dust in the ground is now your body, right? What was once fruit on the trees and vegetables in the field are now your body. Your body is a structure of the earth. It's not who you are, but it's what was provided for you so that you could learn creation here. Keep that in mind. No notification day. Well, I'm not sure why there wasn't a notification day, but you guys know that we go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays on Shortcuts for Your Soul, except for next week. Next week on Monday and Wednesday, I will not be going live on Shortcuts for Your Soul next week, but we will be doing so after the holiday. But those are the 2 days we'll be taking off this week. My brother is struggling. His wife wants a divorce, so he's without his home and he's left homeless. So his adult children and wife have a home. What is he to do? Any guidance, please? Yeah, first and foremost, remember love. I don't know if your brother believes in a divinity, in a higher level of authority, that there's a consciousness that is omnipresent and omniscient and omnipotent that we can get into alignment with. But I'm being told to tell you directly, to tell your brother, there's a reason and a purpose for changing the course of your life. If you can embrace and be open to the new possibilities that can be presented to you, you'll experience profound and incredible changes. You must learn to be open and receptive to the profound changes that are going to be offered to you. Do not be attached so much to your past, but allow yourself to be beckoned by the possibilities of the future that you've called for. You've dreamed of a different life, and now the opportunity is here. And now you wish to go backwards to where you are safe and comfortable in the familiarity of an old life. Embrace the new life that you've called forth. Embrace it. Wow, that's cool. Hi. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Good to see you guys. I just got my bare feet in the ground. It was cold, LOL. Yeah, you can still do it in the wintertime. You can still get outside and put your feet on the ground in the wintertime. There will be an electrical connection between your body and the earth. And not only that, look at Wim Hof and some of his students. They submerge themselves in frigid ice water. That's why they call him the Iceman, right? So you can train your body to step on cold earth, and you can train your body to walk across a bed of coals. You can train your body to react and respond to environmental conditions differently than it would based on its own programming and conditioning, right? Hi. Oh, thank you for that fish orange wide eyes. I appreciate that. Hi. I want to create a homestead. I don't know where to begin with it. Okay, there are lots of people. Look online. You want to create a homestead. Look it up. Go to ChatGPT and look it up. It will give you ideas. There are ways. I mean, artificial intelligence. You guys got to remember, artificial intelligence is not as artificial as you think. And it is going through massive leaps and bounds. Our existing paradigm of socio-economic living on this planet is in the process of going through a radical and profound change. And a lot of people may not be able to adapt unless you understand what your creative function is. What is it you love to do? Like, we're literally moving towards like a Star Trek kind of society. Yeah. Imagine having in your home a device that will produce food for you, just out of the molecules there. It knows how to reorganize matter. That's coming. So as far as starting a homestead, look it up. If that's your passion, then get out of the cities. Find people that want to do homesteads. There's lots of that going on right now. I'm told there's going to be mass migration away from the cities back to the natural way of living. I'm told there's going to be massive migrations of people leaving the big cities and going back to a natural, healthy, vibrant way of being in harmony with the earth. And of course, artificial intelligence is going to be picking up the slack so that you as a human being can begin to pursue your creative expression. But, the challenge that many people face, and they tell me this all the time, the challenge that most people face is they have not awoken. They have not awakened themselves to who you are. You think you're a mind, you think you're a body. And so your whole life is governed by what you remember, what you fear, not by what you are. Right? Time to wake up. But yeah, get your homestead started. Get out there. It's out there waiting for you. Excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, you're welcome. Remember, when changes happen, it's because you asked for them. Think of how many times people are saying, how many times people were saying over the last years, I wish I didn't have to work. How many people have said that in the last 60 years, 70 years, 80 years? I wish I didn't have to work. And a big event happens and all of a sudden nobody is allowed to work, right? Humans individually and collectively are creating all of the time, good and not so good. You are creating all the time, good or not so good. But when you suddenly engage and say, wait a minute, the changes in my life are products of my own creative process. This thing that's happening that I don't like is part of my creative process. So figure out what it is you want to create. Your brother has never considered what he wanted to create. He was unhappy and frustrated, as was his wife. And yet neither one of them considered what they would do next. The wife's going to be stuck in the house. She's not going to remember where to go. She's stuck as equally as he is. And then they don't have any communication process to take their relationship to a higher level. They found their significance and power through their children. And now that influence is gone. And learning how to communicate, well, that just didn't happen. So you've created something else. And every one of you is doing this. You're creating what's happening. All of us are. All of us, without exception. The experiences you had are creative effects of your consciousness, interacting with thoughts, memories, emotions, and new ideas. Right? Keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with any of us. We're just learning to create. But homestead's a great idea. Hi. How do I personally connect more with Jesus? That's a great question. Wow, thank you for asking that question. Personally, the simplest and easiest way to connect with Master Jesus is through meditation. In Catholicism and other schools of thought, they call it prayer. But what he's taught me and told me to do is to sit the body down, get it still and quiet, pull your attention away from the world. He calls it closing the temple gates. Close your ears, close your eyes, let your attention come away from the world, go within. You close the temple gates, you go within. That's what he says, the temple is the body. The body is the temple of the living God. But you got to close the gates of the temple so that you're not distracted by the outside world. You got to quiet and still the thinking mind. The other thing he said is, be still and know I am God within you. And that was the other thing he taught me. He said, God is not out there. God is around. He makes the trees. He's done all these things. But it is literally within you. To connect to Jesus directly, get your mind quiet, your body quiet, as still and as quiet as you can be. And in the space of the stillness, not let your mind go wandering out into the sound or that sound. Stay deep, deep within yourself. And then just simply say, I call on the energy of Master Jesus to be present with me. You can ask for the energy of him to be present with you. You can ask. But get away from the world and not be caught up in thinking he's in the church or he's in the synagogue or he's out there somewhere. He is within us all, as you. The kingdom of God is within you. So the simplest way to get into a personal relationship with Jesus Christ is literally to go inside. Close off the world and wait. Be patient. Say, I'm waiting. I'm calling him forth. It'll happen. It'll happen sometimes in the most amazing and remarkable ways when you least expect it. But the fact that you've requested that right now, it's going to happen. The fact that you want to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ or with Buddha or with yoga, you will precipitate that to happen. You are heard. Every thought, every feeling, every idea, every belief you have is heard to and responded to. Congratulations. I love Master Jesus. 5.5 years ago, you would never said, I love Jesus. I love Jesus, but I also love Yogananda. I love Buddha. I love Zarathustra. I love Joan of Arc. I love all these ascended masters, Gabriel, many others. You're not alone. Even if you think you are, you're not alone. Your body is not who you are. But yeah, congratulations on you. That's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. I know. I've got a grounding mat, being a Canadian and all. Yeah, it's a good idea. Grounding mats, again, if you have a basement and you're in a frigid climate, if you've got a pipe that goes into the earth 4 feet underground, they usually have plumbing pipes that go into the earth. Put your hand on the pipe. Most pipes will conduct electrical energy, right? So you want to, anything that's connected to the earth that you can connect to directly will help in the grounding process. And yes, you can buy grounding mats. A wonderful video to watch on YouTube is called Earthing. If you want to watch a wonderful video on grounding, go watch Earthing. And let me know what your thoughts are about grounding and some of the things that you heard today. Leave your comments in the comment section. How much Celtic sea salt in water? Well, I would put a healthy pinch of Celtic sea salt, like a good pinch of sea salt, in one of these. That's about 8 ounces, right? Which is about a cup. Well, it's about actually a cup and 2 cups. So I put like 2 pinches in there. But in the water you're going to drink, you want to put Celtic sea salt. Contrary to what you think, salt is far better for you than you've been told. But not table salt, not iodized table salt. Drink Celtic natural sea salt. And if you're going to use pink Himalayan sea salt, please make sure it is authentic, right? A lot of people are getting Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan sea salt, and it's not really pink Himalayan sea salt. Someone saying it's so beautiful to connect with Master Jesus, the unconditional love that you feel. I can't even put in words, but it's so beautiful. It really is so beautiful. It really is. Yeah, remember that. Nature catapults us into our healing. It does. The sun is being blocked daily. Yes and no. They can only block so much of the sun, but it's not about the light of the sun. It's about the spirit of the sun. The sun that you see in the sky is a living, sentient organism, just like your body, just like the earth, just like other planets and stars. It has a consciousness to it, and it's radiating its consciousness to us all the time as we're radiating our consciousness to everything around us. So when you sit in meditation, even if you're sitting indoors, you can close your eyes and you can allow your awareness to connect to the energy of the sun, even if you're indoor. You can allow your awareness to connect to the energy of the sun. And interesting things start to happen when you start to connect to a higher energy potential. Very interesting things start to happen. Hi. Oh, thank you for the badges. Thank you for that. I'm barefoot in the front yard touching a tree right now. Congratulations. That's another way to do it. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Enjoy the ride. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do my guides have anything to say about how I'm currently healing? It's funny. Again, water and salt came really strong as soon as you asked that question. They said water and salt, really important for you on your healing journey right now. Water and salt. I'm also being shown an open flower. I don't know what flower is. I can see it. It's got purple and white on it and purple stamen, but I don't know the type of flower that is. Yes. Okay, I see what it means. So what they're telling me is they're saying water and salt in the proper measure for you will let your health blossom. It'll let your health blossom. That's what they were showing me, the flower after the salt and water information. So yeah, with salt and water in the right measure, your health will start to blossom. Remember that. Daniel says, I meditate in the sun every day, then directly look into it. The sun highlights my chakras. The sun highlights my chakras as very luminous light. Before you go staring into the sun, some people are very adept and have trained their bodies to reprocess sunlight as photosynthesis. You can train your body to do that. But there's a science called sun gazing. You can search it online and look up sun gazing. Don't just start because somebody says, I look at the sun every day. Make certain you understand the process for training your eyes to adapt to that type of a process. But it is a beautiful thing. The sun is not here to harm anybody. It's the giver of life on this planet. It's what gives life to this planet by way of its frequency and energy. Right? Gosh knows why they want to teach everybody to be afraid of the sun. It's ridiculous. I'm not sure what that means. Thank you so much. Hi. What do you think about grounding mats? I think they're useful. They actually work. We got grounding mats for Christmas. Congratulations. Do I have anyone negative in my life? You already know you do. That's why you're asking the question. Yes, you do. It's called your own mind. You got to change your own mind. Get your mind out of the negative energies. Hi. Hello. Thank you so much. Yes, you do have to make healthy boundaries. Absolutely. Healthy boundaries are good. I cannot wait. What can I work on? Work on your function of love. Most people think love is about physical intimacy, or I love my water, I love my clothes, I love my hair, I love how I look. That's not love. That's self-care. The vibration of love is what you are in nature, is what you are as a spiritual entity. You are literally a product of love. Your body is a product of matter and the world. Your mind is a product of information you receive from this world. But you are a function of love. You are love, right? Keep that in mind. It's what you are. You are a function of love. Please remember that. It will save you so much time. I'm very depressed because I'm without my daughter. Again, you're only depressed because you're not aware of your daughter's presence. When a person leaves the physical body, when a person's body stops functioning, when it dies, that body no longer exists. That's a fact. But the consciousness that you call your daughter or your sister or your mother or your brother, the consciousness does not cease to exist. It just simply no longer has a medium through which it can express in the physical dimension. But while you're there right now, let me just ask you a question here. Let me ask you a question. Sit down, because the feeling of depression you have is the experience of denying your daughter's energetic presence with you right now. She's present with you right now. Your daughter is literally present with you right now, right? She's got her arms, she's showing me an image of her having her arms around you from behind and hugging you from behind. That's what she's showing me. You must let yourself feel her presence. Get out of your head and the illusion that she's gone. Yes, her physical body is gone, but her soul is present with you right now and has been for some time. But because you got this belief that she's gone, you can't experience her presence, her energy. And that's what causes pain inside you, because she comes close to you all the time. So you want to get into the feeling her energy, not looking around for her physical body. She says she's given you signs. She said there was a couple of things that broke around you, something that broke around you recently to let you know that she's still in consciousness around you, like she's still around you. Something broke recently, and that was your daughter trying to get your attention. They try to do this. So many people leave the body and they try to reconnect with their loved ones, but they don't have a physical body to speak physical words. They don't have a physical body to wrap their arms around you physically. They are energy. They are spirit. And they still exist. And if you can open your awareness up to their consciousness, you'll feel their presence around you. She's not gone. She's with you right now, darling. You can feel that. In our Masterclass 101, we teach people how to connect to their loved ones, their guardian angels, ascended masters, others. You know, look around us right now. There are thousands of radio stations and thousands of TV signals, thousands of different signals flowing back and forth. We don't see them, we don't hear them. Why? Because our physical bodies aren't tuned to those frequencies. So they've created devices like radios and televisions, cell phones, monitors, to interpret those signals and draw them in so we can hear them in the physical dimension. But those things are there. We all know those signals are there. Why is it so difficult to believe them that when someone's physical body ceases to function? Why is it so hard to believe then that their consciousness still exists as a frequency that you can tune into? Because it does. It's just that most people don't have the training and the awareness to tune into those different frequencies of consciousness. But as sure as God made Little Green Apple, if you're sensitive enough, and it happens so many times, I cannot tell how many people I've done readings for or I've connected with. Right? If you want to have communication with your daughter, book a reading with me. If you want to have a direct communication with her, book a reading with me. And how many times I've watched people for the first time where they get their doubt out of the way and they feel the presence of the loved one. And without exception, it's an amazing thing to watch. When you see the light come back in somebody's eyes and they realize, wow, they are still present. I just wasn't perceiving them. Right? And that's all. People just don't know how to train their minds. Question, William, why is my urine foamy lately? Too much protein. Yes, you already knew that. You already knew that. Hi. Drusilla's saying, my dad touches my nose. Yeah, my dad comes around and gives me an urge to have a beer. Whenever my dad comes around, I get this craving for beer. Right? Thank goodness for Heineken 0.0. Okay, here we go. Sunny is saying, I had a dream of a woman in a pool of water. There was a pile of gold jewelry that started from the bottom of the pool and stopped at the top of the water. Was this a message for me? Of course it was. You know it's a message for you. You know it's a message for you. I'm just curious as to why you're leaving the wealth in the water. You haven't taken it out. You've still got your wealth inside you. You haven't really liberated your creative process, Sonny. You haven't let your creative potential out. It's just sitting there. You've cultivated it. The wealth of your being, your creative nature is about to emerge. So there'll be some events and situations if you're willing to say, I'm willing to accept my creative process. I'm willing to accept my soul's function. I'm willing to do what I came here to do. I'm willing to know what it is. You have to encourage it. Encourage it out. Draw it out of the water. Draw it out from your subconscious mind. Yes, all is well and good. Hi, everybody. Hi. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. I feel Jesus' love. Yes, It's beautiful, isn't it? We had Jesus the other night came through for a meditation on the restoration of inner peace on Saturday evening with our Patreon. It was absolutely amazing. I felt like my heart was gonna just turn into this bright, brilliant light, literally shining out, and everybody, the people that were at the Patreon's live event were just totally amazed by the experience. When an ascended master like Jesus comes into your energy, you'll know it. Without any doubt, you'll know without any uncertainty that Jesus or Buddha or whomever the ascended master or God or whatever divine entity you want to connect to, you'll know their presence because you'll feel it. Yeah, it is a beautiful feeling. Amanda, hello, Amanda. Thank you for the super chat, William. May I have a message from my grandpa or grandma for the holiday season? Yes, tell them not. Yes, tell them to fear not. The future of their dream is unfolding. Yes, through the children and the children's children, your dreams shall be fulfilled. That which you sought, the great love and joy that you wished to see in this world will come through your children and your children's children. Wow, that's a good message to get. I like that. Drusilla remembered it. You'll get it next time, Drusilla, I'm sure of it. Yeah, that's really beautiful, Drusilla. You're going to be blown away. I'd be curious to see your comments about it. William, am I healthy or am I lacking any nutrients? Again, you know the answer to that question. You are more or less healthy, but there are still things you can do to tweak it. Again, salt and water have come up really big today. Salt and water, so really keep that in mind. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I bought one of those bed sheets or grounding sheets. Yes, a lot of people using grounding sheets now. This may sound stupid, but why is grounding important and what is it? Great question from, what is that beautiful soul's name? Critton? Anyway, why is grounding so important? Your body is electrical. Your body is an electrical instrument. It was designed to be in connection to physical earth, the electrical energy of the earth. Trees, plants, everything is electrical in nature. In our modern lives, in modern society, we've gotten disconnected from the earth. We live on concrete surfaces and roads. We're physically disconnected from the immediate relationship that you can get by putting your feet on the earth. So grounding energetically will balance your body out electrically. And the only way you're going to know that, the only way you'll know that is to go out and do it. Excuse me. To actually go out and pay attention to how you feel before you step on the ground. And then go out, put your feet on the ground, and just feel what happens between your feet and the earth. Let yourself feel what happens between your feet and the earth. And you'll notice a significant difference. And do that for like at least 15, 20 minutes. And you're going to feel a difference in your body. Don't take my word for it. Do it. Let me know what your thoughts are on grounding. Thank you for that comment. What can I do to stop that energy? Breathe and train the body to relax. Everybody has a guardian angel, Leslie. Everybody has one. You've just got to learn to tune into it. Hello. Well, again, somebody saying here, William, I'm so sad. Turn your attention to your sadness. A lot of people don't know they can do this, right? But they taught me, and I'm really grateful they did. Turn your attention to your sadness. Because what most people do when they get unpleasant feelings, you want to get rid of them. That's what most people do. They want to get rid of unpleasant feelings. But those unpleasant emotions are a part of you needing love. So turn your attention to your sadness right now. Feel where that sadness lives in your body. You might have your sadness, might be here, it might be in your head, could be in your stomach, but notice where you feel the sadness in your body because that's where it lives. And the sadness is just trying to get your attention. So as you bring your attention to sadness, I want you to communicate these words to your sadness. And communicate these words in a tone of voice that sounds sincere. Because your body can't differentiate between fantasy and reality. So it's really beautiful when you do it this way. Turn your attention to sadness and say to the sadness, I will not ignore you anymore. Just communicate that to the sadness. I will not ignore you anymore. And let the sadness receive those words. And then when the sadness responds to those words, just communicate, no matter how you feel, I will never abandon you. I will never deny you. And I will never forsake you. Communicate that to the sadness as it changes. I will never deny you. I will never forsake you. I will never abandon you. And just watch what happens. And then share with us in the comment section what happened. Share with other people what happened when you did that. Again, if you want to overcome sadness or old emotions, book a reading with me. Right? Go to my website and book a reading. And your life will be changed. Give yourself a wonderful Christmas gift. Or if you want, go and book one of our master classes and come join us in the master classes. It starts March. Our new series begins March the 1st, I believe. Yeah, March the 1st. We are our Masterclass 101, which is called Awakening. Again, you can check out my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, if you want to know more about that. Or click the link, the Linktree link below the video on my YouTube channel or in my TikTok bio. You can click the link and go to my website directly and find all the goodies that are there for you. Thank you. I'll decline that right now. Thank you. Hi. Yes. Can you tell me anything on my breakup with Bill? I feel hurt because I said mean things to him. You know, relationships are creations. And it really takes conscious, thoughtful reason to build a relationship. Most people build their relationships as bodies. You know, you feel treated a certain way as a body. And if you base your relationship on just being a physical body, it's not going to last very long. And most people, unfortunately, today are perceiving each other as just bodies. The whole woke movement's about that. It's your body is who you are. Your body is the instrument that you've been given. You were given that body to use as a creative device. If you base your relationship solely on the body, it's going to fall apart. It won't stay together. If you base your relationship just on your mind and the body, the relationship can last a little longer. But when you base your relationship not just on your body, but on your mind and on your soul, on your function of love, that you understand the difference between love and instinct. Because again, many of you interpret sensation as love. It tastes good. I love the way that tastes. I love how that feels. Many of you base your reality only on your physical body. And so things come and go. I mean, the divorce rate around the planet is atrocious right now. People have forgotten what love is. They've gotten so caught up in sensation and physical pleasure as being that which defines love. And again, a lot of people are doing terrible things to their own minds and their own bodies, not understanding what they're doing. And I'm seeing so many people suffering needlessly. But again, if you build a relationship only on the sexual element of attraction, it will not last long, because sexual attraction is designed for the act of procreation in the animal kingdom. Your body's an animal body. You know, and again, men are very instinctual beings. Your body's a very instinctual organism. If the body's based solely on physical intimacy, it will not last that long. That's why you have so much sexual impropriety going on, because people don't know how to distinguish who they are from their body. So they jump willy-nilly from relationship to relationship. Is insanity. What people are doing to their own energy, their own consciousness, their own lives. It's a real challenging time for humanity. But it's not because you said mean things to him. All you were trying to do is get him to love you. And a lot of people get angry and hurt each other because they're simply saying, I want to be loved. But if you want to be loved, that love should be earned too. The idea of unconditional love has a lot of pitfalls to it. Unconditional love, the concept of unconditional love, has a place when you realize who you are. When you realize you're not your body, you're not your mind. You are a soul. You're here to learn creation. You'll make different choices as a spiritual being than you will as a mind-body organism. But the vast majority of people are stuck in their minds or stuck in their bodies and making decisions only from that framework of perception, right? Oh, wow. Bridget, thank you for that super chat. I dreamt that I was pregnant. What does this symbolize? Well, the vision you've been holding onto is about to come to fruition. The new endeavor, the new thing that you're now manifesting is about to come to fruition. Wow, I'm really excited for the Masterclass 103 that we got coming up on January 4th, because that's going to be so tied in with what you're dreaming right now. The possibilities are limitless for you now, right? You've gotten past the old stuff. Now it's creation. So happy for you, Bridget. Yeah. The manifestation's about to come to fruition. Hi. Wow, lots of great comments here, guys. I'm impressed. Let me know what your thoughts and feelings about this live are. I'd be more than happy to get your opinions, feedback in the comment section. Virtual hugs coming your way. Yeah, virtual hugs going back to you. Good morning, and thank you too. Yeah, it is true, Bridget. William, thank you. I had an eye infection. Pain was so bad. I self-healed my pain. Congratulations, Kathy. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that your body, you can take your hands, you put your hands like this, and just put your hands slowly together and feel what you feel between your hands. The brain, the first thing you'll feel oftentimes is you'll feel the radiant heat from the hands, palm of the hands. But if you move that, it's not just heat there. There's an actual compression of energy that's happening between the hands, because your energies are transmitting energy. There's literally energy radiating out from the hands that can be perceived as heat, temperature, right? But that heat and that temperature is a movement of molecules, atoms, protons coming out from the hand. And so in healing, you learn to use that. You become familiar with the energy that comes out from your hands. And you can take your hands and you can put them over a part of your body that needs healing, right? So you get eye infection, things like that. And there's a lot of healing going on right now on the planet. A lot of people, a lot of bodies going through huge transformation. As you start to elevate yourself higher in consciousness, then you're going to have to take more dominion and authority over how you treat your body and how you treat your mind, right? Especially now with these ascension energies coming in so rapidly. Leslie, you will make it past April, I promise. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for showing up today, guys. Really appreciate it. Love is amazing. Love is all you need. Well, I would say that love is it's what we are. Love is what you are, but you also need to have reason. Reason is very important. Values. Very important to weigh and measure and put things to a function of truth. But yes, you get to a point like love is all you need. It truly is a profound truth. But if you do not understand the function of reason, then it can make it very difficult to make sense of what the world has taught you to believe or think. Many of you have been given ideas and information from this world and have simply accepted them without question. And we would never recommend that you do that, nor would we recommend you simply accept what we say without question, but that you apply the function of reason through the use of your own consciousness before you accept or reject any idea, belief, or consideration. Many of you have not even taken the step to evaluate what you already have in your mind as being reasonable or unreasonable, truthful or untruthful, loving or unloving. But ultimately, the primary benchmark for determining that which is good from that which is not so good is it of love or is it of fear? Every thought, every emotion, every action you will ever perform is either a function of love or fear. Every single function of every living soul on this planet falls under one of these two functions of consciousness and energy, love or fear. You cannot serve both of them. You can choose one or the other, but you cannot serve them both. So you may, if you lack proper reasoning capabilities or skills, you can at least consider this possibility as a shortcut to reorganizing your life to be more in alignment to what is natural to your nature, which is love. Ask yourself this question. Is what I'm saying, is what I'm doing, is what I'm thinking, is this of love or is this of fear? If it is of fear, you may cast it out and say, no, I shall not do this. I shall not think this. I shall not say this. If it is of love, then you say, I will hold this. I will share this. I will give this. I will offer this. You only have these two considerations in all your endeavors. There aren't anything else to consider in your creative process. All of your actions, all of your thoughts, all of your words, your wants, your needs, your desires are either of love or fear. And when you understand that, your life can become truly very dear. Understand that. Everything you will say, everything you will do, everything you will think is of love or fear. And you cannot serve both masters, but one. Yes, thank you so much. That was really great. Love is amazing. Thank you so much. Hi there. Thank you so much. I'm a little tired. I had a late night. But it's nice that compliment my eyes. But it's been a late night and an early morning. Yeah, I know, but understand, she's with you. The depression is because she's. You see, if you keep defining yourself as just a physical body, then you exclude so much of what you can. Like your daughter, you can energetically connect to your daughter right now. You are connected to her. You've never been separate from her. This is my point. Whether they're in a physical form or they're not in a physical form, you have an energetic connection to all the beings that you know. You do. You just have to learn how to harness that. You can tune into your daughter's energy and you can request that she come. You can actually communicate to her energy and ask her to come into your life. You can do that right now. But don't be depressed about it. Don't be sad, because depression will create a different expression, right? But get in joy about the coming of your daughter. Be in the joy of the coming of your daughter, because your emotional energy is orchestrating all of your experiences, not some of them. Every one of you, your emotions are the substance that manufactures all of your experience. Without emotion, there are no actions possible. Without emotion, there are no actions possible. Because emotion is energy in motion. And this is true for every living being upon this earth. Evil and good, emotion is necessary for actions to occur. They're necessary. You cannot have an action without an emotion. You cannot have an experience without an emotion to precipitate its manifestation. So keep this close to your heart. Be in love's grace consciously. Cast out your fear and your rage. Release your guilt and your shame. Return to yourself and let the vibration of your love dictate your actions, your words, and your deeds. Oh, and your thoughts. Somebody just told me. Hi. It doesn't matter if your daughter is alive and hates you. Stop focusing on her hating you. Like, be in a state of grace. Your daughter's alive. Do you love her? Then be in that place of love about her always. Do not let your mind dwell on her hate. For if you dwell on her hate, you feed it. So dwell on your love for her. Dwell on your love for her. Not the idea that she hates you. You feed that when you do that. What you think organizes emotion. And emotion organizes functions of experience. So go into the love of your daughter, how you love and you cherish her. Do not concern yourself with her hatred. Concern yourself with your love. And then let your love's miracle be revealed in its time. Let your love's miracle be revealed to you in its time. Do not concern yourself with hate at all, for that will reap you a very different reward, as you well know. The rewards of love and the rewards of fear are very different, but each will have its own reward. Each will have its own reward. Wow. Someone saying, December 2023, I had a reading with William. I had so many stuck emotions I didn't understand. I kept crying, sadness, and many others. I will never forget that reading. It released all. Love yourself. Oh, Polly, thank you so much. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful. Could you please tell us what angel John... Could you please tell us what angel John has to say? I'm not sure what your question is. It may be a language issue. But if I tune into what, again, John is my guardian angel. And the first time I encountered John was when I was standing on a bridge in Toronto called the Bloor Viaduct. I was about 20 years of age. And I reached that was like, I thought I could not go anywhere, could not go further. And I'm literally up on the ledge of the bridge looking down. It's a 131-foot drop. And I put my foot out and I hear a voice, stop. Right? Stop. I stopped right there. And he said, get down. And I literally got down off the bridge and said, go to the payphone, call this phone number, ask for this man, he will help you. And that encounter with John changed my life. And everyone's got guardian angels. And the only reason I heard him is because just before I put my foot out, I remember thinking, if there's anyone that could help me, please come. So sometimes you have to ask. I think if I had not asked that question, I would have just let myself fall off the bridge. And John's been with me since then. I've had others that have been with me too. Archangel Michael's been with me since I was 5. But I didn't know a lot of this stuff. And now I know. I can look back and I go, oh, wow, that's why that happened. That's who was there. You're never alone. And remember, you also have, yes, I will. I'm being told to tell you, you also are responsible for the experiences of your life. And you are able to change them. Even the most horrific things, and I can speak from personal experience, even the most horrific things that you might go through, you can alter or affect how those things will empower you or cause you to suffer further. That we are creators by nature. You are a creator. Even little children are a creator on an emotional level. Children create. But that's a story for another day. But yeah, if I tune into what he said about your statement, you need to learn to sense our presence around you. And again, if you're going to connect your guides and your angels, you need to do a few things before you proceed. There's a video on my YouTube channel called, I think, The Pitfalls to Medium, Cautionary Notes About Mediumship. I think it was last Wednesday, but you'll find it on my YouTube channel where I think it was Master Jesus outlined the steps you need to go through in order to connect your guides and angels in a safe, healthy, and proper manner. And the most important most important function to get at is being in a state of love, grace, and peace. To get your mind and body into a state of love, grace, and peace. And it's not that difficult to do, right? So you can learn to connect your guides and angels. I recommend you do it. Don't ask them when you're, well, you can get intervention, but it's really important that you make certain you're in a place where you're ready. Vibration, I'm ready to leave my fear behind. I'm ready to leave my anger. I'm ready to let go of my guilt and my shame. I'm ready to embrace love. That's really the thought. I'm ready and willing to embrace love. If I could put it in any way, that's what I would suggest you say to yourself. I'm ready and willing to embrace love. I hope you do. Hi. I know, I understand. It can be difficult when a child is taken from you. But remember, she is not the body. She is a spiritual being as well. You can literally connect to her energy. You're doing it already. It's what your depression is. You're wanting her to be physically there, but she's not physically there, but you can feel her energy. She can feel yours, right? But really connect to her. Connect to her with your love, not your fear, because your fear will create a very different result. Emotions organize experiences. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. Your emotions organize your experiences. Anger organizes behavior. Sadness organizes behavior and experiences. Joy organizes behavior. Excitement organizes behavior and experiences. Your emotions organizing your experiences. If you're in anger and your judgment, it's going to organize experiences for you. Keep that in mind as this day goes on. And I hope you guys will join me on Wednesday for the message from Master Jesus on peace. I'm really curious about it. He was kind enough to come on Saturday evening or our Patreon meeting. And again, that was such a profound event for me. He really is the Prince of Peace, Master Jesus. He truly is the Prince of Peace. Hi. Then physical body gone, but is there an astral body and an ethereal body? Yes, well, you live on 3 dimensions. Everybody's got a physical body. Everybody. While you're living in a physical body, you have a physical body, but you also have a mental or astral body, an invisible realm of information called thought. Science called, the mental sciences call it your mind, but it's a storage of information that's in the field of the body. And that's a non-physical realm. That even interfaces, your information interfaces with your biology, right? So you live on the physical dimension, you live on an astral dimension where you have thoughts, memories, emotions, anticipations, you have considerations about the future, you got all that stored in the field of the body. And then there's you. You are a soul. You are an awareness, a consciousness, an entity, a function of divine love from my perspective anyway. And that you live on this other plane, if you want to call it the ethereal plane, so the physical plane, the astral plane, and the ethereal plane. There are planes above that and planes below. So yeah, there are. You live on 3 different planes. You live on a physical plane, you live on an astral plane, and you live in an ethereal plane as consciousness. But there's also the divine planes, the angelic planes. There's different frequencies of consciousness, just like there's many different frequencies of radio signals, many different frequencies of color, many different frequencies of sound. There are many different frequencies of consciousness too. To say there's just 3 is nonsensical, but from the perspective of a human being, to try and consider for most people that you're not your body, you're not your mind, you are a soul, is a far stretch for most people to believe that you have 3 different lives, that you live in one. And that just because when the body ceases to function, you don't cease to function. When the mind ceases, you don't cease to function. And then again, there are realms of perception and consciousness. The angelic realms, I love the angelic realms. I love the divine realms. I love the realms of the deities, where you can talk to high vibrational beings like Krishna, right? Or Brahma. You can talk to these beings and learn to connect to them and learn from them. When the Buddhists and the yogis are meditating, they're not just gone. They're exploring different realms of consciousness and wisdom and knowledge and information, as do inventors and innovators. They go to these realms where they receive ideas and new inspiration. So you live on many dimensions, not just the body. Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. Hi, hello. Yeah, I'm gonna take one more question here. I'm seeking, I'm seeing waves in the physical field. Am I viewing frequencies? Yes. A simple way for people to learn. Again, if you want to learn all this stuff that they channel through me right now, sign up for our master classes. And 2 months is going to go by so fast, folks. You got to March 1st, our next masterclass starts, 101 Masterclass Awakening. Sign up for it now. Our classes are not that large and they're very intensive. It's a 3-week program. You will learn and gain experience and knowledge like you've never thought possible. When you start hearing from the Ascended Masters and learning from them directly, it's pretty eye-opening. And again, very liberating for anybody who's able to hear and understand. But yeah, you are seeing different frequencies. A really simple tool for that, you'll learn in the master classes for how you can actually see and feel and know frequency. But yes, you're actually tuning into it. People are hearing it all the time. People see it a lot of the time and they don't pay attention to it because they're not trained to. Blessed Christmas to you too, dear. Why does it freeze every time why does it freeze every time you're saying something I want to hear? So that you will come back to the replay and hear it. And for those of you that are on TikTok, if you want to see the full message and replay of this event, go to my YouTube channel. Just search William Michael Forbes on YouTube and you'll find my channel there. And under the live video sections, all the transmissions that are done on TikTok are reposted on my YouTube channel, right? Wonderful. Hello, Maria. Merry Christmas, William. I had an energetic visit at 5:45 this morning from my 89-year-old bestie, who is still alive, but it felt like she had transitioned. Was it her higher self? Yes. Yes, it is her higher self. Not was, it is. Souls live upon many planes. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. It's some people. It's not time to have relationships with some people. I often dream of my father and grandmother. Do they want to tell me something? Yes. Open your ears. Go into meditation. Saying you're so stubborn. They've been trying to talk to you for a long time. A lot of people try to hear what they're feeling. You got to sit your body down. You got to teach it to remain still. You got to get your mind quiet so that you can start to hear these other elements of consciousness. Your grandmother and your father are wanting to communicate with you, right? All the time, whenever you like. But you have to learn how to hear. Our Masterclass 101 will introduce you to the process of training your body, training your mind so that you can begin to hear. It's what Jesus taught, all of his disciples. How to hear without ears, how to see without eyes. It's one of the things he taught, was to teach people how to move into these other realms, to get in touch with God and get information directly from the all-loving source, right? But yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing on TikTok. I really appreciate it. Can your guides confirm I am a healer? Yes, but they're telling me you're not applying it properly. You do not understand the proper function of healing, nor the skills of energy that you can utilize. The function of healing requires some training to get your body and your mind into alignment with the flow that can execute the functions of healing that your mind and body in and of themselves are not capable of performing. I like that. Again, come to the masterclass and you'll learn how to get your mind and body into alignment with who you are and the function of healing. Because by nature, you are a healer by nature. Ah, thank you for that, teddy bear. That's cute. William, are you speaking through my guardian angel John? Both. Again, I'm not at a point where I differentiate between them anymore. Sometimes I'll have Master Jesus flow in, sometimes I'll have Buddha come in, sometimes my guardian angel John. John already gave his message this morning, so I'm not attached to who's speaking. I'm just allowing the divinity of the information to flow freely through me. That's the best answer I can give you. In our masterclass series, it's very precise and specific about who's speaking and who's teaching in the class. Whether it's Buddha or Yogananda or Jesus or Babaji, it's very, very precise and very specific to each lesson. So in the master classes, there's a very highly structured system of learning where you can learn how to connect to your guides and your angels, and you'll learn to know who is who. I can do that, but I prefer just to allow them to speak to the one that wants to be spoken to. So that person that just asked that question got that answer from the being that wanted them to have the answer, right? It'd be a ridiculous waste of my time to try and control and moderate everything that's happening, rather than just allowing the information to flow freely to those who have asked it. Freely I have received, freely I give, right? Oh, you're very welcome, Marie. Hi. Why do people take people from others? Nothing can be taken from you. If you view your life as just a physical body, then yes, things can be taken and given. But if you understand your true nature, your bond with those you love cannot be broken in spirit. Things will change in this dimension. This dimension is all about change. It's all about creation. And you are a creator by nature. Don't be afraid of change, but make certain you're making changes wisely and intelligently. Again, learning how to distinguish between yourself, your mind, and your body will take you light years ahead of most people. Most people don't know how to tell the difference between their body and their mind. And therefore, they make a lot of decisions based on what they remember, not what they think. Again, when they gave us these master classes to teach, it was for the express outcome of returning people back to the function of divine creation. You are our creator by nature. I think on that note, we're gonna close out today. I want to wish all of you a wonderful and a joy-filled day. And if you're not here on Wednesday's message with Master Jesus, I wish each and every one of you that the love of God fill your heart, your mind, your soul, and your world in whatever way you are able to receive it. That the love of Christ, the love of Buddha, the love of yoga, the love of the masters, the love of those who live in love, let it be imparted to you and your loved ones in whatever fashion that they are able to receive it also. And on that note, I'm going to say to all of you, thank you so much for your support. Much love. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, our Christmas Eve transmission. Bye for now.